Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is AKINTAYOTIMI. I'm a wedding photographer. On this channel, we talk a lot about weddings, wedding photography, and the wedding industry in general. I give you tips, tricks, I share my experiences with you. The idea, the aim of this channel is that at least one person can become a much better photographer, a much better individual because they watch my video. Today's topic is kind of dear to me. I feel like every topic will be dear to me, but this one is really dear to me because I discuss it just with my colleagues and my friends, not really with like the general public audience. And I'm glad I have this platform now so I can tackle some things that have been bothering me for a long time. And today, you will hear it from the horse's mouth. How to choose a wedding photographer. How do I start this? So here's what I think, about wedding photographers in the wedding industry. Out of all your vendors, all of them, okay, I think the most intimate vendor you will probably be with, will be your wedding photographer. Maybe the planner and the wedding photographer, but I would say the wedding photographer. Why? Why the word intimate? Because you will be with us, with me, from the moment you wake up to the moment you probably leave the hall. We're with you every step of the way. So you need to know what you're getting. I can't stress that enough. You need to know that you're comfortable with this person, that you'll be at ease with this person. We are so important. When it's all said and done, when you have paid $1 million for your dress, $2 million for your decor, $5 million for your DJ, and all these are very important. But when you've paid all that, they do their work to the best way they can and they leave. All you're left is what we give you. That is all you have. I just feel that alone should let you know how important we are. I feel so good about that, by the way. But yeah, that's how important we are. Okay, so you need to know what you're getting before you bring out your hard-earned money to hire any of those wedding photographers. We need to tick all these boxes. So if you go on Google and you type in there how to find a good wedding photographer, you would find a long list of different things. But why this is special to me is because I'm talking about this from the perspective of a photographer in Nigeria, based in Nigeria, who says the way things work in Nigeria. And it may work for whatever you are watching this from, but here, this highlights are very, very specific. So I'm not just giving you generic content. I'm giving you content that is very specific to Lagos, Nigeria, okay? So the first thing that I feel like you need to know is to ask your photographer, excuse me, sir, excuse me, my might be new, please, Joe. But I would like to know what your shooting style is. Now, to the regular person, you may not know what shooting styles are out there. So I'll give you three major ones, okay? Three major ones that you can relate to, that you can understand. The first style of shooting is the fashion style. If you're a fashion styled wedding photographer, this is how your images will come out like. They'll be very posed. And see, me saying this doesn't mean one is right or one is better over the other. Everything is preference. But for a fashion style photographer, when he shoots your wedding, when you get your album, you look like you just came out of a magazine, or you look like you just went for a music video, because you are styled, right? Like your poses are, it's not just a typical, come here and just get like a really tight hug. No, you are bending, you are turning, you are looking away, you are mad. That's pretty much what it is, right? You're like, mad in this context actually means very good. It's a Nigerian thing. I really hope that doesn't take away from this, but mad is a good thing, okay? Mad. Moving on. So that's how you will look in the shots if you want something that looks fashion styled, okay? So you need to be sure that that is what you want or not. The second style of shooting is the traditional style of shooting. Now, traditional style is very common, and I think the foreigners probably call it Uncle Bob. Here we call it like Ubomoya. Now, there's nothing wrong with traditional style. In fact, traditional styles are so important. They're classics. They have been there from generation to generation. And what are these traditional style of shooting? Well, there's nothing extremely creative about a traditional photographer, right? There are, this is the best way. The pictures that mommy and daddy would like, yes. that is what you get from a traditional photographer. So mommy just wants to see Auntie Labake, Auntie Taiwo, Auntie Kainde. She doesn't want to see them bending and shaking. No, she doesn't want to see, oh mommy, can you see that light at the back? I put the light there so that when Auntie Labake, no, she don't care about none of that stuff. Mommy just wants to know these are my friends and they came for the wedding and they're here. That is a traditional style of shooting stuff. The bride and the groom, they're standing, they look at you, they sit down, they stand, put the hand on the shoulder, very basic stuff. And this thing still sells. It still sells because at the end of the day, they kind of tell a little bit of story, but yeah, it sells, right? So do you want a traditional wedding photographer who would give you traditional shots? The last one, which is the one that I haven't fallen into, is a documentary styled wedding photographer. Now, to me, I think it's a mixture of both traditional and the fashion one. For a documentary style photographer, we try to tell more of a story from beginning to the end. We can be creative when it requires, but not overly creative. We try not to take away from everything. So the images end up having an atom of feel as opposed to an atom of what it looks like, okay? So you can feel the images. With the fashion stuff, because it's really posed, you may not feel, but it will look good. It will look very good, right? But if you want to look at your images 10 years later or 20 years later, and you want to remember what it felt like, then a documentary style photographer is better suited to that particular inquiry, right? So we as documentary photographers, we don't try to alter anything. If we do, very little, but we take it as it's happening. We take it as it's happening. If you need to alter stuff, maybe just take out stuff in the background. That is fine. You don't want your image to be crowded. But for something to be happening, for a kiss to be about to happen, and then I'll go and tell them, no, I want you to kiss looking this way. You will look better. Your chin comes out, because we don't do that. Okay, a fashion guy will probably do that, but we just let stuff happen naturally. So you need to ask him, bros, what is your style? Okay, what exactly is your style of photography? Now, if you don't know what you want, which is the worst, the absolute worst, because there's nothing worse than meeting a couple who doesn't exactly know what they want. So if you don't know what you want, I'll help you out. What you should do is go on Google, go on Instagram, or go on Pinterest, right? Just type out, wedding pictures or beautiful wedding pictures, wedding gowns or whatever. I'm just scrolling through them. The ones that you like, just save it. The ones that jump out to you, save it, okay? And then show your photographer. Don't tell him to copy them. That would alienate us. Don't tell him to copy them. No, that is just very annoying. But tell him, these are the kind of images that you like. Hopefully this will inspire you to let you know what I like. That is a much better way to present that. Because I've had couples that have shown me, I want this, give it to me like this. And I look at the picture and I can see a bride and a groom looking good with like the Brooklyn Bridge in the background. I'm like, if you want this, that's fine. Let's just buy me a ticket now. We go straight to Brooklyn. I can give you exactly this. So number one is knowing his or her style of shooting. Are they fashion related? Are they documentary related? Are they traditionally related? Very, very important. Now, the second thing is, how many weddings do you photograph a year? This is kind of not fair on those who are just starting up. It's the same way, in Nigeria or maybe like all around the world, I don't know. You're trying to look for a job, and every job is you need to have like 6 years experience. And you just came out of college or out of like uni, and you're like, so how would I get a job if I don't get, I need this 6 years experience to get this job. So if everybody's saying you need 6 years experience, then where do I start from? That's the same thing with this question, right? How many weddings do you photograph in a year? Now, the reason why I put that there is because, you can learn the basics, you can learn the theory stuff, but there's so much I know now, right? It's not just giving you tips and tricks, it's just sharing my experiences. And the only way I know better is because I've been in a position you will not see it online. You will not see it in the photography handouts, no, but it would happen in real life. I'll give you an instance, off the top of my head. So that this is how you pose a bride and a groom. You know it to perfection, okay? This and that. What happens in a scenario where you get to meet your bride and groom, and maybe the bride is a plus size bride, or the groom is the plus size bride, or the groom, traditionally, the grooms are normally, not traditionally, but what society claims to be like a perfect picture is a tall groom and a not so tall bride, right? So she's looking at him and it looks romantic. What if you find the opposite, where she's like 6'7" and it's like 5'9"? What do? That's where experience comes. I mean, you can find some of this online, yes, true. But experience does play a very, very good role. Okay, so knowing how many weddings he or she has photographed in a year, or in their life, actually in their life, not in a year, would make you feel more comfortable that you're in good hands. And in case anything out of the ordinary happens, they are well equipped to handle it. What if you are angry that day, someone pissed you off? You need a photographer who will not add to that anger, right? Who will not try to force you to smile, knowing fully well that you just found out that your shoe has not arrived. No, you want someone who will be like, you know what, let's just calm down. We have like 20 more minutes. Let's see what we can do. There's a store down the road. We can go get a shoe there for you, or I can Photoshop one of your shoes to look really nice. Don't worry about that. Just make her smile, stuff like that, right? You really don't learn that online. You really don't learn that in the handouts. It's experience that teaches you that. So you need to know, sir, ma, please, Biko, how many weddings have you shot in your career, right? Good. Actually, before I end that, for those who are just upcoming, I would advise you to partner or to have a mentor. What a mentor would do is, you assist them while they teach you. So you may not have shot a lot of weddings as the lead photographer, but you've attended them. So you as well will be equipped with a certain level of knowledge. So when you finally break off from that mentor, you can confidently say, yes, you have shot all these weddings, even though you were not, like I said, the lead photographer, but you are very, very aware of whatever he faced and how he was able to tackle it. Now, the third thing, this one, man, can I see examples of your complete wedding sets? You need to, I do like Nigerian parents, you need to see it, not one Instagram picture, no. Oh, please God, no. No one Instagram picture, not 10 Instagram pictures, no. See everything. See their full gallery, see their slideshows, see what the album looks like, see what the film looks like, see everything. Because everybody puts their best work. It's not even just wedding photographers. In general, if you take a selfie, you won't put the one that didn't come out nice. You put the one I think is the best. So everybody puts their best work, but you don't see the 300 images that came out as BS. But you see that one. If you hire based on that one, that's not good enough. Okay, so ask. Yes, it's good to put that one online. It sells our market for us, okay? But when you've seen so many ones, it kind of gives you an idea, but you still need to see the full set. Okay, ask them, do you have a website? Having a website is like a dying art in Nigeria. I'm probably like the last few that have a website, so go check out my website, www.AKINTAYOTIMI.com. And I try to post on there. I know it's not easy, it's hard, but you need to have a website. You are a brand, you are a business, right? You want people to come and see your stuff. I promise you, I still get clients from my website till today. I still get hits on my website, no matter how low. People are still going there. Okay, so it just makes you look more professional having a website where you can showcase your images, right? So ask them, I want to see these things, okay? Schedule a meeting or show me stuff on Skype or something. We're in like an e-world now, so you don't have to meet one-on-one if you can't. But if you can't, it would be nice. But if you can't, it's fine, right? So see these things and see, maybe one or two if they permit you, and then that way you have a much better understanding of what you're getting from this bros or from this lady. Okay, good. Instagram, Instagram is good, but at the same time, Instagram can ruin your marriage. If you are going after vendors that have tons of followers and you think they are as good as the number of followers they have, you may shoot yourself in the foot. The last thing, well, maybe not the last thing, one of the things you should know as well is who will be photographing us on that day? It's a funny question, right? But yes, you need to know, is it you or is it your boys? Now, I've noticed here and in other parts of the world, as a wedding photography business, some people build or model their brand in different ways. I'll explain. For instance, I am the brand, my face, right? So this head, this is me, this is the brand. So if you hire me, you are getting me. I am coming with my boys. However, some people don't have that kind of setup. There's nothing wrong with that. They have a studio setup. A studio setup is where you have a group of photographers who are trained, probably by the owner or by someone else, I don't know, but they have a group of photographers. And when you hire that studio, right, you are not entitled to get the lead photographer. You may pay extra for the lead photographer, right? But you're not entitled to get the lead photographer. So don't be surprised when you pay for handbook photography, right? And then you don't see Mr. Handbook himself, you see Mr. Handbook boys. Legally, if you take it to court, if you sign the contract, Mr. Handbook Studio says that, we are a group of professionally trained photographers. So if you pay for our service, you're getting one of us. You don't necessarily have to get Mr. Handbook himself. You get what I mean? So make sure you know, or you will be shocked and surprised on that day, right? Good. The last thing will be, when can I expect to see the finished wedding pictures? I put this there because this is becoming, I would say annoying, but I think people need to know. I can't blame people, right? I can't blame brides, I can't blame grooms. I can't really blame people because you know only as much as you know. If you do not know, you really do not know. Now, taking pictures is a lot of work. And what is even a lot more work is editing the images. And if you hire a photographer who is fortunate enough, right, to shoot back to back, he would have like backlog, okay, which is not a business anyway, but you need to know when he can deliver. So I think some people just think once you shoot it, you just put it like via Bluetooth and you have it on your phone and then send it to me that night. Some people tell you, you're posting tonight or you're posting tomorrow. What? No, I don't even, no, that is very tough. Don't put that kind of pressure on the photographer. Know when he can get you those images, right? No. There's an extreme side to it too, because I hear about some photographers that deliver in like 6 months or 12 months. And I just think that's just too long. That's just way too long. So you need to know. So that you're not pressuring him to give it to you in the next 5 days. And also so that he's not taking the back chill and then like giving you stuff in like 1 year or 2 years. So you need to know. Me personally, I give like 27 working days. I would definitely get you your soft copies within 27 working days. Probably like even 10 working days often, but 27 is like, bad as you bad. If I fell sick or I traveled or I got pregnant, random, I don't know. But whatever happened, I will be able to give you stuff within 24 working days. That is my own, okay? So you need to ask him, know when you can get or her, when they can get you your images, right? Now, this is everything. One more that I didn't write down just came to my head, and I mean no shade to any photographer out there, but I find it very annoying when I see people with like good budgets, or maybe not fantastic budgets or whatever, but they hire photographers who you can see, oh my goodness, you can see on their page that they are not wedding photographers. They're probably like studio photographers. Now, let me break that down. You can be a good wedding photographer and a good studio photographer. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong in that. But when someone is solely selling portraits, you can see on their page, it's right there, they shoot portraits, and you hire them because you feel it's the same thing. It's not pictures, it's not camera. You have a camera, right? Then shoot it. No, it's wrong. Especially if they are telling you, bro, this is what I do. I take shots in the studio. Let me give you examples. A studio setup is a very calm setup, fam. It's very, very calm. You are in control of everything. Every goddamn thing. At a wedding, you're not in control of anything. Anything can happen. It can rain, it can snow, someone can fall ill, stuff can pour on your dress, so many things. You can fall the cake down, anything can happen. It is bass boost. It really is bass boost. That is a wedding. But in the studio, you're chill. There's probably a TV there. Hey guys, just sit down, relax. I ordered like stuff for you. That is the studio stuff. In the studio, you control the lights, right? You manipulate them to suit you. How do you manipulate a light at a wedding? No, you can't. You can manipulate your own light, right? If you go with them, but half the time you can't, because you go into a church and one part is dark, one part is bright, or they tell you can't use a flash, or the moment you leave the church and you come outside, it gets really, really bright. Then you get to the reception, it's like different lights, yellow, blue, green. That's the whole colors that Joseph had on his coat. You can't control. Can you see how passionate I am? Yes, you can't control this thing. So when you hire someone who is telling you, bros, I'm a studio guy for your wedding, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you even do that? Why? So with these few points of mine, I hope I have been able to convince you and confuse you as to the reasons why you should ask your photographer all these questions. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to comment. I'll be in the comment section. I will answer every single comment, every one of them, okay? So ask me questions. Ask me questions. It's free. I'll tell you everything that I know. Till we meet again. That didn't sound good. Same time, same place, next week. Goodbye.